All rise for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, students, faculty, and staff. Welcome to the WDCS announcements for Thursday, April 6, 2023. Today is NEVA Day. It is also National Burrito Day. The letter day is tactile. It means related to the sense of touch. Having your phone vibrate in your hand while it's reading is a tactile experience.
There is no school tomorrow. Green Club will meet on Monday. National Honor Society will meet on Monday. Chess Club will meet on Tuesday. Teachers, this is a reminder that we are hosting an Autism Awareness Door Decorating Contest. Winners will be judged on April 17th. Please remember that Mrs. Karp is not providing supplies to anyone.
It has a display for Autism Awareness Month. Come check out one of the books to learn more.
On April 27th, DCS will participate in Take Your Sons and Daughters to Work Day. The field trip forms were distributed in homeroom and are due by April 21st. They can be returned in to either your homeroom teacher or Miss Dean. If you want to participate, you must get all signatures for your Even Day teachers and your parents' signature. This is required.
For me, personally, it's very hard to make friends. Like talking to new people, I would much rather go walk through a hurricane than talk to a stranger. Yeah, it's horrifying. I fake it really well, but I don't enjoy it. So I have a handful of people I would consider like close friends. And most of them I've known for 30, 35, 40 years. So like most of my lifetime. And that makes it easier because they're used to me. Like my best friend, she's joked a lot that growing up with me prepared her to raise her son, who is also autistic. So the friendship thing is super hard for me. I'd rather not go anywhere. I'd rather stay home, not go out and hang out with people. So I don't really go out with my friends and do things. And my friends live, in Washington, D.C. and Virginia and 3 hours north of here and stuff like that. So I don't see them often anyway. But for the most part, I wouldn't go out of my way to hang out with them. If they call me and say, hey, we're in town, you want to hang out? Yeah, I'm going to be there. But I'm not going to sit there and go, hey, I haven't seen Val in a while. We should hang out with her for a while. I don't think that way. So that definitely does affect me. I would say sometimes it's hard for me to understand where students are coming from. You get frustrated over an assignment, or you're upset because your grades weren't where you want them to be. All these things that affect students. In my head, I'm like, why are you bothered by this? It is what it is. Accept it and move on in your life. And once you tell me, okay, now I understand. But that's not my first thought. I'm very much a rule follower. And you guys know that. I make you follow the rules. And that is in large part because of my autism. I like rules. I like order. We like to have things scheduled and planned out. And if you change the schedule, some of us don't do well with that. So that's one reason I take my job so seriously, is because I like rules. And I cannot stand when people break certain rules. Now, some rules I agree are stupid. And I don't have a problem breaking those rules. But most rules, I love them. I like them being there. I like the order that it brings. So as a teacher, it helps me enforce those rules, but I can be extra and unnecessarily tough sometimes because that's the rule and you broke the rule. And my first response might not be a favorable one when maybe I could be a little more compassionate about things. So you just got to realize that, some of us come across as being rude or cold or aloof or distant. So you got to remember, it's not personal. That's just kind of how some of us are. We're going to say things sometimes that we think are funny. And they're sometimes not funny. I mean, I'm always funny. Stop rolling your eyes at me. I'm hilarious. But, you're going to have those times when in our head it's really, really funny and everyone's going to love it and we say it and it does not go well. And if you're friends with us, please be sure to speak up and tell us, hey, that's not okay. So definitely if you're friends with them, with one of us, don't be afraid to tell us that we're doing things in a way that might offend or hurt others. Because we're not trying to offend you. We're really not. Okay, sometimes I'm trying to troll you. But that's just my hobby. That's what I do for fun. I troll students. We're not trying to say hurtful things. If we have a special interest, be prepared for a very long dissertation about it if you ask. I've seen autistic students love video games. Like, they love Mario, for example. And if you ask, oh, did you play Super Mario 64? And 3 hours later, you're still sitting there as they explain the nuance of every single bit of that game and why it was better than the previous game and so on and so forth. So you got to be prepared. If we have those special interests we discussed, we like those things a lot, and we can talk about them a lot. I would talk to Mrs. Schofield because she's spent almost 26 years with me now. It's over half our lifetime we've been together. So she probably has better ideas for dealing with us than I do. Because to me, there's no issue, there's no problem. But I guarantee there's something out there. So if you want that advice, talk to her. That's my advice for you. Yeah, that's a fun one. I hear a lot of the 6th and 8th graders try to say, you're so autistic as an insult. And I get it because, movies and TV shows usually show autistic kids as being the lower in intelligence or whatever, but that's just not the reality. I'm autistic. I have a near genius level IQ. Not bragging, just stating a fact. I'm dumber than you? No, I am not. So calling somebody autistic as an insult usually is not an insult because all the ones that I've taught in my career who are autistic are really smart kids.
And now, for another delicious fact of the day. Many of us have seen the classic Disney movie, Mary Poppins. The movie was actually based on the first book in the 8-book series by author P.L. Travers. It took Walt Disney 20 years to convince her to let him make the movie. She only agreed because she needed the money. In the end, she hated the movie version so much that she put it into her will that Disney could never use any of her books ever again. The 2018 sequel, Mary Poppins Returns, was not based on any of the following books.
Now, for today's feel good news story. In a small town in the northern US, a man known as Mr. Jeans got to sit outside in his yard at the same time every day to greet the neighborhood school bus. Every single day, other kids get off the bus and run over to Mr. Jeans to spend time talking with him. For him, it's always the first time he ever met them because he has memory issues. His memory resets themselves every hour or so, meaning he won't remember anything that happened recently, including with the kids. The kids all know this, and they still all act like every day is the first time meeting him, because they want him to feel good every time.
We'd like to wish a happy birthday today to Francesca Herrera, Harmony Joseph, and Sophie Sotelo. And a happy birthday to those celebrating over the weekend: Isis Galavis, Michael Fuentes, and Fredlyn Doug. Thank you for tuning in, Hawks. Have an epic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And that's a wrap!